Hi everyone, a warm welcome to this new conference open to the public. My name is Mariana Zapata, a professional in psychology and a Sure for Life member. I'm giving you again the warm welcome to this conference because I'm so glad to share with you this new topic, and it's a sensitive topic also because it's something that we start to looking for the way to embrace the people and the family who inform this kind of loss in their lives. Remember that this space is created for you and also for all the members of A Sure for Life for reflection and also for learning about the well-being and quality of life. So knowing this and also giving you the welcome, I would like to extend you the invitation to send your comments and also suggestions through our channel in YouTube. So knowing this, let's start with the topic. Today we select one different topic because we are still talking about the grief. And as before, we talk about the elderly and also the quality of life in the old age. This conference is about how and we talk about the everyday. We know that childs start to burn every year and every minute in the world, and this is a hopeless moment in the life of the families and in the life of the parents, knowing that they have a goal with that child and knowing that they have a dream with this new baby, and also the families anticipate to the arrival of this baby and start to dream about it. And this is the most painful moment when they lost the baby in the first moment that they can see, and also when the baby born and they have in their arms. So unfortunately, we know that many families in from this unfortunately moment in their lives, and they have to embrace a new moment in their lives, and this sorrow to know that they lost their children is also know that they lose a project and also a goal in their life. For that reason, we would like to begin with this phrase. This phrase is about the importance about what we can do, and also when we welcome a new child. So welcoming a baby into the world should be a moment of great joy, but every day instead of experiencing the joy, thousands of mothers and fathers endure unraveled sadness when their children are still burned. Tragically, we informed this through about we lost our baby when they still burn, and also when they'll still in just an oil and death, because they can even burn. Sometimes they die when they are in pregnancy, and the mother have to inform the reality that they can have even the moment of feel their baby and also feel the warmth of a hug. And that is important to understand that we have an expectation in the life of this child, in this new baby, and in from this new reality will be the topic that we would like to talk today with you, and also as a part of our well-being and purpose as a company. Knowing this, we have to understand that we have different moments in this baby loss, when you have this pregnancy real-life death, or when you have a perinatal death, or sometimes you have a neonatal death. So let's start to understand every one of these losses and separate every one of them, because um, depending of the moment of the pregnancy or the stillborn process will be the impact different for the family and also for the mother or father. The pregnancy related death occurs at any time during pregnancy, even when you have like 5 weeks or maybe 6 months, is when you is still being pregnant. In perinatal death occurs between 2 weeks gestation and 7 days after birth, and that is when you even know your baby, you know your baby and even is still burned. So this is a different type of death. And the neonatal death occurs between birth and the first 28 full days of life. So this is when you already know the baby, and sometimes the baby is not or not becomes with an illness. It's just a natural baby. Sometimes have some problems with the process of birth, but is a normal baby. Sometimes you don't know, or even the doctors don't know that maybe the baby have some problems or maybe previous illness in the pregnancy. Even though this is important to understand what kind of moment of the this stage of death, or even when you're going to inform this death. So knowing this, try to remember if you already passed to something like this. So if you from son of this death, try to remember when it was the death, before the pregnancy or during the pregnancy and gestation, or after the birth of the baby. These dates are important because that depends of the role of the professionals in order to accompany the families and the parents during the loss. And knowing this is important because you will have the chance to look for the help and also the rights in order to have a contact with your baby, and also a companion professional with the process will be maybe less to inform in this specific loss for you and your family. In the United States, approximately 21,000 babies are stillborn, and in November 1st of 2022, these dates are important to note it because that is something that we have to be prepared as a family and also as a professionals, and also understand that you have the right to look for the professional support and also for the support of your family and some professionals there that will accompany this process. And also, the worldwide, near 2 million babies are stillborn each year. So this is a normal problem, but it's important to have the knowledge about maybe your baby is right during the pregnancy, or maybe your baby have some problems during the pregnancy or during the birth. That will be important to know before, and also have this knowledge about how is your baby, if your baby is with something or some problems before to begin the birth process. Knowing this, I would like to give you the chance to think about when, or even sometimes you have this loss in one of three of these stages, and try to remember if you have the enough support of the professionals, and understand that this is a normal and natural that happens, and even happens in every day, but this could be a process that we can confront in a different way and also in a healthy way. Knowing this, we would like to complete this process and give you um, the chance to talk about this loss as a mourning that we can confront as the others grief process. And I will tell you a little bit more about that. Losing a child during pregnancy or our childbirth is a devastating tragedy for any family, or all too often it is suffering in silence. Suffering in silence is the phrase that gives us the chance to talk about this silent grief or this silent mourning. We talk about a silent mourning because it's something that the community and the families and also the society even don't talk about it, because it's something that the community can understand as a completely loss, meaning loss. And we would like to give you the support and recognition to the family and also to the parents to understand that this is a meaning loss for you and also for the families that confront this kind of loss of a child, a childbirth, or even a neonatal death. This gives to the parents a sense of loss, sense of they can even have a close farewell to their child or to their babies, because many times the babies cannot see it or even cannot have this close farewell to the parents, because most of the times the babies are taken from away of the parents, because the doctor can leave or can give the chance to the parents to say goodbye to their babies. And most of the time the families can see their babies and say goodbye in a healthy way. For that reason, it's a silent mourning, and is a mourning that most of the people even know that is important to do it and also to complete it in a common way. It's the same that we're going to confront when we lost a father or even our siblings. Is the same way, because we have coils and we have dreams and connected with this baby or this child. And it's understand that maybe when we have these circumstances, when we can say goodbye to our children or to our babies, we can have some sense of guilt or sense of feelings of they can even challenging this grief in the same way, and will be difficult for the couples, because many times with this deeply pain, and most of the couples finally separate in a way to understand and confront this deeply pain that they will confront. So knowing that this is a silent mourning, knowing that this is a grief that we have to complete in the same way of other loss or meaning loss that we have in our lives, we would like to give you some considerations to deal with this loss. And talking about the silent mourning, before to complete the next topic, often lacking support and recognition for health personnel, the community, and even the family, most of the time it occurs without a body, without a proper farewell, as if the loss had never existed. For that reason, as I told you before, it's a silent mourning, because it's something that maybe the people can see or even recognize like something that really happened, because sometimes the body the fathers can see the body, and that will be the way that we can give proper farewell to our babies. For that reason, it's important to give the chance to the fathers and also to the family to complete the grief process with a body or with a symbolic ritual of farewell for the babies. Now, in this, we would like to give you some considerations to take in account and how to continue after a child's death under these conditions. This condition is the ones that I told you before: neonatal death, pregnancy death, and a childbirth death. It's important to keep in mind these considerations that we have to understand and also keep in mind. The circumstances. The circumstances is important to consider because surround the death of a unborn or a newborn of child is an important impact because it's the way that I'm going to inform the loss. For that reason, if you lost your baby when you was already pregnant or still pregnant, it's important to understand what happened. Maybe you no you have some previous islands, or maybe your baby becomes with some islands. So it's important to understand what was the diagnosis, or maybe the doctors was with you in this process. It's important to ask the right questions and also understand that it was something that it was not your fault as a mother, and also look for the support of your family, what happened at that moment, and also what happened with the child, if maybe it was in that first moment when you was pregnant, or also when you already have the baby and maybe you have a connection with the baby and the baby already burned, and try to understand what happened. Maybe you have something that you don't know that before happened with the baby. So it's important to understand the circumstances and try to don't feel guilt about the situation and what happened with the baby. The second is consideration that we have to take in mind and keep in mind is the rights, the legal regulations, and this is important because that depends of the state where you live. And also it's important to understand that sometimes you will provide the insurer will provide you professional support, and also you will have a postpartum process to understand what happened, and also many times you can have your baby body and also complete a ritual for a farewell to your baby. And also it's important to understand and know your rights through this process, and ask to the doctors if you can have the body of your baby and accept the help of the insurance, and also the help of the hospitals can provide to you and also to your family. And the third consideration is the rituals. It's important that rituals, if you have a specific religion belief or cultural constructions, something that you would like to give and do to your baby, this is important to respect the religious belief, maybe from your grandparents if they want to give religion's farewell, and also if they want to bless the baby, that is important to left also to give that chance to the families to complete that ritual. And also as a normal person that died, it's important to give the process and also complete the ritual as a normal person that have a specific moment, an important and meaning moment in our lives. They have the normal ritual, and this is crucial for the family and for the parents to understand that the baby have a new life and also a new way to connect with them. And this case will be as a ritual that they can also have a farewell and say goodbye to the baby in this ritual. Knowing this, I would like to extend to you the important keys that we would like to give you to encourage this completed grief process. Encourage and enable this grief process is important, but also it's important to understand that we need some different keys to keep in mind, because it's something, as I already told you, that most of the families and society will not understand or accept as a normal and common mourning. The information is one of the most important, because all the mothers and family needs the clear and empathy and sufficient information about what happened with the baby, what happened with the situation, and this is important to act in the right moment. You will have also the support available for you as a parents, and also for the family. So it's important to have all the information that you already have with your medical support or insurance, and also ask for the information needed for understand what kind of things you need to do, and also the enough support that you will have during this process. All the information helps and is enough for the families in this moment. The second is protective environment. The protective environment is that how we're going to, in from these phases of pregnancy and the delivery and recovery of this insurance will give us the chance to accept and in from this process, and also have the proper baby body treatment, because it's something that we have the right. We have the right to see our baby and also give a purpose farewell as a normal body. So it's important to understand, if you have insurance and a medical insurance, look for the support and also the rights that you have to give proper space for the body, and allow also the time as a parents to see the body, accept the loss, and also have a new language to understand this loss. And this is something that we have to accept as a proper loss, and understand that we have a new rights. And most of the time, many women and also many fathers can see the baby bodies when they already know that the baby is dead. So this is something that you have to know, that you already now have the right to see and also take the baby body. The third is the dignified treatment of the body and commemoration. This is important to understand that we have the moment, and also we have the right to commemorate the connection that we have with our baby. It doesn't matter if you have 22 weeks or if you have just 6 months knowing your baby, or even if you have your baby in your arms just for 20 days. Try to give them a commemoration of something that already give you a lot of joy and happiness and dreams for completed. And also if you have some things, clothes, or maybe if you have something like photos or something that you recognize that will be meaningful for you, and also you will remember your baby with that objects, will be a good commemoration, and also will be something that you can have for you and as family, with a connection with that baby, and also you can commemorate to this baby that you already love, that you already dream about it, and it's important to have that connection with that baby and give that dignified treatment to the body if you already have, or to the grieving process if you are completed at this moment. And the emotional support and also the psychological support is important because you already have the right to ask for the professional support if you have this need to talk about it, and also if you are confused about what happened, and if you don't know if you are guilt about the death of your baby, as a father or as a mother, you have that kind of thoughts, try to support in your partner, because it's important to understand that it's something that happened without knowledge, and with something that we can control. So try to look for the support and try to understand that it's something that happened without guilt, and also with the purpose of don't separate as a family, don't separate as a couple, and try to go out of this process more stronger, and also as a family that can in from these kind of moments with love and also with the enough support. This is important to understand that you will have the moment, or give the ritual to your baby in a private or in a moment that you will have as a parents or as a family. That is your decision, because the only ones who can feel the pain of the loss is the ones that have a lot of dreams. This is a different grief because you don't have a lot of moments to remember, but you have a lot of dreams and projects connected with that baby or with that child. So that is important to have that ritual of that farewell with the people that really have that dreams and have that expectation with the baby. And if you think that it will be better as a private ritual, go for that and also take the chance. But don't let that this happen or this go as a never happened. Go for the help and give you the chance to accept the death, to accept the loss, and understand that you have the right to cry and feel sad or feel a deep pain and sadness for this loss of your unborn or newborn child or baby. Knowing this, I would like to close with a phrase that is important to give you and also to talk about it and give you the self-reflections about this, is that no matter how far along a baby is in gestation, their death has an impact just as significant as any other loss of loved ones, and deserves the same attention and processing of grief. This is the meaning idea we would like to extend to you as a company and also as a professionals. This is a normal grief process, and also have directly impact to the people who already love this child, the time or the enough time that they alive in the pregnancy, or even in the moment that you already have, the day that they can live with you and also with the family. So it's important to understand that deserve the same attention, and also deserve for you and also for your family to complete the grief process. And as you can ask for the help, remember that you will have 3 psychological counseling sessions and per year for every event. It doesn't matter if you have an event in January, and also you lost a person in January, and you already have a divorce, or you have meaningful loss in August, you will have the benefit and depending of the event, and you will have one counseling session for any other reason. And remember that we have different ways to connect through our social medias. We have also a blog to talk about the grief and quality of life. So you can find us in all these social media apps, and also you can connect with us through WhatsApp and also through email. Thank you so much for the time, and also for open the doors of your house and also the doors of your heart, talking about this sensitive topic. And remember that you have the chance to talk about this deeply pain, and understand that this is common, and mourning that you will have the chance to inform as a other loss of a loved one that maybe live a little bit more, that baby that maybe dies in pregnancy, or they're already burned but can live a lot in this world. So remember that you have the no support, and for that reason we create this space for you and also for your families. Thank you so much for this space, and see you the next conference, November 1st, with the topic of how honor or honoring the departed loved ones. See you the next conference. Thank you so much.